My name is Jackson, aka the Big Unit. Some of you know me as the guitar repair guy. Some of you know me as the lead singer, guitarist, and songwriter for the heavy metal band Shatterbone. Some of you know me as an electrical educator. Some of you know me as the guy with the crazy guitar collection. Some of you know me as a die-hard Raiders fan. For years, I have been playing, collecting, and working on guitars and spending all my free time doing stuff with guitars. But now, I'm building guitars. Okay, so neck is all glued up. Scarf joint turned out nice. I do need to do a little bit of glue cleanup on it. And I do need to plane the top ever so slightly because I've got just a tiny little bit of a lip there. And I want it to be flush. I mean, it's mostly flush, but there is just a tiny little bit of uptick there. Just a tiny little bit. Like if I put a straight edge on it, you can see it. That it's just narrowly coming up a little bit. And it probably wouldn't be enough for anybody to ever notice, but I don't want it to be close. I want it to be right. So, first things first, like I said, I got some glue cleanup to do. So, okay. A little bit more aggressive than that. Okay, so I want to run a plane over this a few times just to make absolutely sure I've got it as absolutely flat as I can possibly get it.
Why you measure it diagonal?
Just make sure there's no twist. It's flat. Super flat. So next, I think we're gonna have to figure out get the truss rod routed. But in order to do that, I need to reestablish a center line because my center line's gone. That's what planing does. So let's do that quick. We got our center line. Now, since I'm being smarter this time, learning from my previous screw-ups.
Is he though?
Well, I still haven't mastered getting this thing out of here. There we go. Okay. Get to right there. Which means I need to start this here. Okay. And then this has got to be wider. Nope, that's not centered. Anyway, let's figure out. I really need to stop putting this damn thing back in here. Just leave it on top. I've gone after this nut a half a dozen times already. Awesome. Okay. Well, I think I have now figured out a riser of sorts to still be able to route my neck. So I got it on a little bit of a 2x4 there, and I got it masking tape and super glued to the 2x4. It still sits high enough that I won't have a problem with banging into it with my guide. That's got me dead center. Okay. Now, for depth, I think instead of just trying to hog it all out in one pass, I'm going to do a couple of passes. Like if I take it down to 5 millimeters with the first pass, and then 10 millimeters with the second pass. that's a little safer than trying to plow to depth on the first pass. Thank you.
I don't know why the other ones didn't have that.
I don't know either. I might have to see if I can find some cheap ones on Amazon or something. I prefer the medium, but I prefer a working tip over a certain viscosity. If the tip doesn't work, it doesn't matter what the viscosity of the glue is. It doesn't matter, it doesn't work.
Right.
Alright, so earplugs in. We have the depth stop set. We have the guide set. I'm sure it'll still go in there, but
Is your guide off a little bit?
I don't know what the hell happened. It's recycling that.
One eternity later.
Alright, it's recording.
Alright, well, welcome back. I'm still in the process of the truss rod installation and trying to get the access here chiseled to the point where I can drill it without blowing it out. I think I'm about there, but it's awfully close. It was a little more nerve-wracking than it should have been, but
Yay!
it did chip just a tiny little bit, but I don't think that's anything that is a huge deal.
Look at that.
All right. Oh, by the way, it's game day today. So excited. Preseason. I know. How do you get excited for preseason? We haven't had football in 6.5 months of any kind. And I haven't had Raiders football in almost 8 months now. A little over 8 months now. I am super excited because it's game day. So. Woo! Alright, so let's get a center line on that fretboard. We're gonna need that.
Are you putting the carbon fibers?
I don't know. I don't know if I need to. I mean, I think the only time I've ever even seen it is recently. I'll bet out of the 30-some guitars I have hanging up in there now, and yes, I've lost count at this moment. I think it's 37 now. But anyway, out of the 30-some guitars I have hanging up in there right now, I'll bet only one, maybe two of them have carbon fiber stiffening rods on them. And looking at the width of this, I don't know that I have room to get them in here next to the truss rod. It's not going to leave me a ton of room for gluing. And I don't think it's absolutely necessary. Maybe I should.
I don't know, it's up to you. I was just wondering.
Maybe I should.
What does it do? I mean, does it like...
It adds more rigid support, so it has less chance of warping bowing.
There really isn't a lot of room there, is there?
Not really. He wants this neck kind of thin too, so I'm going to really have to crowd the truss rod with him, because if I get him too far out to the edge, it's going to come through the back when I start carving.
You have to have them in there?
No, it's just added support. I'm not putting them in. I just, with the amount of carving I'm gonna have to do on this neck, I'm not putting them in because I don't trust that I'm not gonna accidentally blow through the back with one of them by the time I start carving the sides.
Does it work or what?
A little bit. We should run it face down through that drum sander a couple more times to try and flatten that back a little more.
Can you record that?
You don't need to, but you need to get out of the way. That looks a lot better. Okay. So then, I guess, trying to think if there's anything else I should tackle before I put this down on here. As far as the routing of the shape, the cutting of the shape, I think I'm going to do both of those at the same time. And if I do it before I radius this, I'll have a flat surface to tape that onto. I can run it face down so the angle of the headstock's not a problem. Where I need it. Center lines on center lines. Okay. And again, I'm thinking if I go for the outside edges on this, I'll completely take that toothpick off in the trimming process. Ah, you son of a...
Did it move?
Yes, a little bit. Although over here that's probably not wise because of the fact that ebony's kind of brittle, and if the toothpick ends up being too close to the edge, that's more likely to chip. So I think maybe for this one I'll go about here. And it doesn't really matter if I go a little deep there anyway, because that's going to be the heel, so I'm not going to be carving a ton away on the heel anyway. However, for up here, I need to be a little more careful about depth. I want it to get into the neck, but not so far into the neck that it's going to be a possibility that I hit anything when I carve, even though I am going to put it out towards the edge. I don't think I'm going to have a problem, but let's just get a little bit more careful here. Okay. I don't understand what is wrong here. Oh, damn it. If the camera will pick that up, I'm totally putting it on.
You probably did, and I'm sorry.
Okay, I wonder if I should cut out the headstock before I glue the fretboard on. So I'm just thinking right now I can get it flat on the table saw, but once this is here, then I can't get it flat on the table saw anymore.
Table saw or bandsaw?
Bandsaw. That saw! The expensive saw.
The wonderful saw.
The wonderful saw. Alright, so if I'm going to do that, first step is getting this back out of here.
Break the tip.
It's already broke. Damn it. Well, it's snug, there's that. I was a little worried I had to route the cavity a little bit wider, that it was going to be loose and vibrating in the cavity and stuff. I don't think that's a problem. Come on. Don't break. Good boy. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of My Madness. Click like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.